I was riding on a lonely road way down in Tennessee. The time was nearly midnight, it was dark as it could be. Dark as it could be, when all at once I heard the sound of music from afar. That good old country music on a fiddle and guitar. Fiddle and guitar. Ooh-wee, it was the Tennessee Ghost. Ooh-wee, it was the Tennessee Ghost. A fiddling and a picking like 1,000 men or more. The strangest mountain music you've ever heard before. Ooh-wee, a mighty man was he, that ghost of the mountains way down in Tennessee. So I rode on down the valley, and suddenly I saw that giant hillbilly. My soul was filled with awe. Soul was filled with awe. One foot was in the valley, one foot was on a hill. A roar came down like thunder, he was laughing fit to kill. Laughing fit to kill. Ooh-wee, it was a Tennessee Ghost. Ooh-wee, it was a Tennessee Ghost. A fiddling and a picking like 1,000 men or more. The strangest mountain music you've ever heard before. Ooh-wee, a mighty man was he, that ghost of the mountains way down in Tennessee. Ghost of the mountain,
won't you get away from me?
Ghost of the mountain,
won't you get away from me?
Ghost of the mountain
way down in Tennessee.
I was walking down the road all alone last night. The moon was shining and the stars were bright. The world seemed so peaceful, as still as a mouse, till I got to the neighborhood of Haunted House. Had a feeling something funny was a-going on. I noticed I was far from being alone. I overheard a ghost to another say, let's do the haunted house boogie in a ghostly way. Well, my knees started knocking, I almost froze. I started to tremble from head to toes. Remembered all the times when I used to boast what I'd do if I ever met a real live ghost. From the shadows came figures a-floating through the air. Through the window I could see them all gathered in there. Suddenly I heard the shuffle, yes, the shuffle of their feet, doing the haunted house boogie with a ghostly beat. Well, I hadn't been a-drinking, so it must have been true. You might not believe it, but I'm telling you. My heart started pounding and I shut my eyes. Then I said, dear Lord, I'm much too young to die. Well, I finally got up courage enough at last. I got away from there and I got away fast, until I couldn't hear the shuffle of their feet, doing the haunted house boogie with a ghostly beat. My knees started knocking and I almost froze. I started to tremble from my head to toes. Remembered all the times when I used to boast what I'd do if I ever met a real live ghost.
Jack-o'-lantern, it's Halloween. Apples hanging high. There's a big pumpkin pie in the sky. Children sing, children waltz. Who gives a darn if your face is false? Jump on your broom like a witch. Go and toss all your gloom in the ditch. Go out on the street for a trick or a treat. You're a cinch to strike it rich. Halloween, Halloween, all other holidays fall between. The night of All Hallows, so light up the tallow and make it a bright Halloween. Ringing doorbells, it's Halloween. While you build a fire, someone lets the air out of your tire. Owls and bats, howls from cats may scare the buttons right off your spats. Don't be afraid of a ghost, for the ghost may be merely your host. Go out on the street for a trick or a treat. It's the same from coast to coast. Halloween, Halloween, all other holidays fall between. So saddle your sorrow till after tomorrow and make it a bright Halloween.
Punky Pumpkin, the happy pumpkin, happy all the day, and his great big smile will scare your cares away. Punky Pumpkin, the happy pumpkin, never wears a frown. You can see that he's cut out to be a clown. The candlelight inside him makes his eyes light up and gleam. They shine right through the window at you for a happy Halloween. Punky Pumpkin's a happy pumpkin, and do you know why? 'Cause he's a jack-o'-lantern instead of being a pumpkin pie. Yes, he's a jack-o'-lantern instead of being a pumpkin pie. Punky Pumpkin, the smiling pumpkin, grinning happily. You can count his teeth 'cause he has only 3. Punky Pumpkin, the winking pumpkin, blinks his eye at you, for his favorite game is playing peek-a-boo. His birthday is on Halloween, so that's a special date for all the other jack-o'-lanterns to get together and celebrate. Punky Pumpkin's a happy pumpkin, and do you know why? 'Cause he's a jack-o'-lantern instead of being a pumpkin pie. I wouldn't trade his sunny smile and funny nose and winking eyes for a bakery full of pumpkin pie.
Baby's got a crush on Frankenstein. She thinks that monster is divine. She says I'd be her Valentine if I had a stiff and jerky walk, if I'd always grunt instead of talk, if I had his look she wouldn't balk at loving me. No siree. Another one she digs is Dracula, that old vampire spectacular, to use my baby's own vernacular. His cool, cold-blooded, icy stare, his shiny patent leather hair, the way his bat wings flap the air, give her a chill, a kind of thrill. The creature from the Black Lagoon make my baby swoon. She says that she would dig me so much more if I looked a little more like a dinosaur. Well, old Dr. Jekyll had the right idea. He'd take a drink and make Mr. Hyde appear. I guess the time is now and the place is here. Hey, look what's happening to my face. Another face is in its place. Well, baby, do I suit your taste?
Crazy baby.
Well, old Dr. Jekyll had the right idea. He'd take a drink and make Mr. Hyde appear. I guess the time is now and the place is here. Hey, look what's happening to my face. Another face is in its place. Well, baby, do I suit your taste?
Oh, I dig you.
Well, that's wonderful. Dig one up for me, too. Blah, blah, blah.
Don't be frightened, I bid you welcome. I'm gonna tell you what happened last night. Walking down the street about 8:45. I saw the thing coming out of the sky, nibbling at my neck about once or twice. Dracula, he's a good friend of mine. If I ever catch him, I skin him alive. Flirting with my baby and kissing her too. I'm gonna kill him and send him to the zoo. Crack him in the jaw and ship him to the moon.
It was early in the fall and blowing up a squall. From the press hole you could hear the weirdest moans. With a mighty lonesome cry came a whistle from the sky, and it chilled the very marrow in my bones. Then a loud rushing roar like you never heard before turned the blood to icy water in my veins. As I watched with rising fear, something strange was drawing near, and I saw in the clouds ghost trains. Ghost trains, ghost trains. What a fearful sight. The Cannonball and number 9 were racing through the night. As they passed me by, I heard the engineer cry, give her coal, shovel it on.
You could see the firemen grinning in the engine that was waiting.
But I knew before the finish they'd be gone. You could see the drivers roll as they shoveled on the coal, and the black smoke came a-pouring from the stacks. As they thundered through the sky, I am here to testify, you could hear the wheels a-clicking on the tracks. Through the smoke and the steam, you could see the headlights gleam. Now I have no proof, but still the fact remains. You may doubt it, but I swear there were cinders in my hair when I saw in the clouds ghost trains. Ghost trains, ghost trains. What a fearful sight. The Cannonball and number 9 were racing through the night. As they passed me by, I heard the engineer cry, give her coal, shovel it on.
You could see the firemen grinning in the engine that was waiting.
But I knew before the finish they'd be gone. Ghost trains, ghost trains, ghost trains, ghost trains, ghost trains.
On October 31, when the sun goes to rest, it's the night of Halloween when fun is at its best. As we say farewell to gloom, Mrs. Witch rides a broom. Every pumpkin round the place becomes a funny face. Dressed in white, the spirits howl, goblins prowl here and there. Off the shelves come tiny elves, better beware. Pretty jack-o'-lanterns glow everywhere that you go. There is fun for everyone, October 31. Fun! Fun! There is fun for everyone, October 31. Fun! Fun! There is fun for everyone, October 31.
On a night when you were out on the lark, all alone and so afraid of the dark, that's the time you may encounter your host, the rocking ghost. Shh. When the winds are blowing up in the trees, and you're feeling kinda weak in the knees, who will follow you from pillar to post, the rocking ghost. Luckily, if you wanna get him going, all you do is say, I dig you the most, ghost. Then you'll notice he'll be tipping his hat, 'cause he really is the swingingest cat. When he hears you say, I dig you the most, the rockin' ghost.
Hobos round the campfire, they tell their tales to you. They sound so fantastic, you can't believe they're true. But Pa, they are travelers and cover lots of ground. Listen to them awful story of an old ghost town. The streets are deserted, the buildings tumbling down. Mute as a graveyard, the spooks are chasing round. The cry of the coyote, the only living sound. All the cowboys and their horses left the old ghost town. There stands the old saloon where they drank from noon to noon. Never a thought about tomorrow. Odor of green perfume gone forever from the room. Laughter and song have turned to sorrow. No law and order, the sheriff has gone west. Outlaws cross the border with bullets in their chest. Boot Hill is deserted, on the map it can't be found. That's the ending of the story of an old ghost town. That's the ending of the story of an old ghost town.
When spooks have a midnight jamboree, they break it up with fiendish glee. Ghosts are bad, but the one that's cursed is the headless horseman. He's the worst.
That's why he's mine on Halloween night.
But when he goes jogging across the land, holding his noggin in his hand, demons take one look and groan, and they hit the road for parts unknown.
Beware, take care, he rides alone.
And there's no spook like Spooked Spurs.
They don't like him and he's really burned.
He swears to the longest day he's dead,
He'll show them that he can get ahead.
They say he's tired of his flaming top. He's got a yen to make a swap. So he rides one night each year to find a head in the hollow here.
Now he likes them little, he likes them big,
Or in the middle or awake.
black or white or even red.
The headless horseman, he's ahead with a hip, hip, and a clippity clap. He's out looking for a top chop, so don't stop to figure out a plan. You can't reason with a headless man. Now if you doubt this tale is so, I met that spook just a year ago. Now I didn't stop for a second look, but made for the bridge that spans the brook. But once you cross that bridge, my friend,
The monster's through his power ends.
so when you're riding home tonight, make for the bridge with all your might. He'll be down in the hollow there. He needs your head. Look out! Beware!
With a hip, hip, and a clippity clop,
He's out looking for a head to swap. So don't try to figure out a plan. You can't reason with a headless man.
Did you ever take a walk on a pale night through a deserted cemetery? Spooks all around, shadows on the ground. Didn't
is just to take you and me down into the muddy grave. The night was dark, sky was blue, everything was fine. I was taking a walk underneath the moon with that little gal of mine. I saw smoke, I saw fire, then I saw the flame. A white icy finger came a-floating toward me and I heard it call my name. I began to shake, began to run, didn't know where to hide. When I looked up from where I stood, it was standing at my side. Every little thing gonna be alright. Ghost rock and roll. The room's rattle, skeleton hop, woo, on and on. I say don't go away, don't be afraid, honey, all they crave is just to take you and me down into the muddy grave.
Everybody in the valley has the strangest tale to tell. A story of a haunted house and a ghost they knew so well. If you pass by the haunted house there in the dead of night, you'd hear a woman's ghostly wail, but there was no ghost inside, for it was the yodeling ghost. She'd yodel in the cellar, hooray, hooray, the attic and the hall, hooray, hooray. As she wandered through the haunted house, you could hear her lonesome call. Holy, the women folks said they believed wind howled through the place, but the men folks all insisted that they could feel her fond embrace when they heard the yodeling ghost. She'd yodel in the moonlight, hooray, hooray, and when the rain would fall, hooray, hooray, and when it began to thunder and you could hear her best of all. Holy, the women were a jealous lot to burn the old house down. There's peace down in the valley now, and you'll never hear a sound of that haunting, yodeling, taunting, yodeling ghost. No yodels from the cellar, hooray, hooray, no yodels from the halls, hooray, hooray. There's no haunted house to yodel in, and you'll hear no lonesome calls.
Won't you step into my laboratory? was invited to a party just the other night. I never expected to have such a fright. When I arrived at this crazy record hop, a bunch of creatures were a-hopping to the monster hop. There was a hopping and a bopping and a rolling and a strolling and a twisting and a shaving and a shaking at the monster hop. Well, a vampire woman and a Frankenstein drinking some red, and it wasn't wine. A Red Robin Harry was even there. He had a girl with a skin like a grizzly bear. There was a hopping and a bopping and a rolling and a strolling and a twisting and a shaving and a shaking at the monster hop. Well, I cast my eyes upon the bandstand. The leader of the band was a green hood man. A werewolf getting mighty hot on the drumming, and a dead sax player wasn't feeling lonely. They were hopping and a bopping and a rolling and a strolling and a twisting and a shaming and a shaking at the monster hop.
Don't get excited.
Well, up in Transylvania where there's nothing they miss. Wah, 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 wah. They got a little dance called the Transylvania Miss. Wah, 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 wah. Now some fools say this is the most. Wah, 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 wah.
If you are not afraid of ghosts,
Wah, 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 wah. You shake your hands up in the air. You can be sure you're gonna scare all your folks. One day when the wolfman was on the prowl, wah, 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 wah. He saw a swinging chick and he started to howl, wah, 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 wah. She said, "Watch out, he's open!" Wah, 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 wah. Get rid of that thing, it's a misfortune. Wah, 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 wah. He started listening at the twist, and then they called this dance the Transylvania Mist. Come, go now! When you're all alone and the lights are dim, wah, 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 wah. If Frankie knocks on your door, just let him in. Wah, 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 wah. 'Cause once you let him in, he's gonna say with me. Wah, 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 wah. I only brought some bottles to the beast with me. Wah, 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 wah. So if you see a monster coming through the mist, ask him to teach you the Transylvania Mist. Come on, Transylvania Mist. Wah, 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 Transylvania twist. Wah, 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 take me to the mist. Wah, 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 lift it up, baby.
Last night I went to a party. I stayed out way past 4, and I was cutting through the graveyard to get to my back door. Now graveyards make me nervous, and I was trembling with fear when out of the grave walked Lucy Jones. She'd been dead for years. Then just over to my right stood old Charlie Brown. Why, 10 years ago I helped put old Charlie down, and on my left were 2 skeletons doing the graveyard dance. And I don't like like to be around them bones, and them bones ain't a-wearing pants. I had a little talk with my feet were talking back. I said, come on feet, don't you quit me now, can't you make me just a few more tracks? I saw Charlie and Lucy doing a graveyard dance, and I don't like to be around them bones, and them bones ain't a-wearing pants. Well, I thought about telling everybody about everything I'd seen, but then I thought about the bug house, you know what I mean. I ain't going back to that graveyard, I ain't gonna take a chance, 'cause I don't like to be around them bones, and them bones ain't a-wearing pants. I had a little talk with my feet were talking back. I said, come on feet, don't you quit me now, can't you make me just a few more tracks? I saw Charlie and Lucy doing a graveyard dance, and I don't like to be around them bones, and them bones ain't a-wearing pants. No, I don't like to be around them bones, and them bones ain't a-wearing pants.
The graveyard about 12 o'clock. I saw those ghosts start to reel and rock. They're doing the graveyard boogie, graveyard boogie, graveyard boogie, graveyard boogie. They're doing the graveyard boogie, and they show the rattling bone. Look out, Deacon Darrell. Yes, yes. Oh, that's Mama's little man. His electric steel guitar. I looked at my feet, I said, let's go. The fast you run is much too slow. They're doing the graveyard boogie, graveyard boogie, graveyard boogie, graveyard boogie. Doing the graveyard boogie, and they show the rattling bone. Mr. Ted Cox and his piano, yes, yes, 260 pounds, and a little bitty piano. Well, there I was standing all alone. My knees were knocking home, sweet home, into the graveyard boogie. Graveyard boogie. Hey, the graveyard boogie. Graveyard boogie. In the graveyard boogie, they showed a rattling bone. Brother Kelly started posing now. Yes, yes. I'm nice, I'm nice. Here's all the boys with a little boogie rib. Listen, boogie rib. Well, I come back home and wrote this tune. Let's all get together neath the graveyard moon to do the graveyard boogie. Graveyard boogie. Here's the graveyard boogie. Graveyard boogie. Doing the graveyard boogie, and you show the rattling bone.
There I was in a strange and different land, when something big and hairy grabbed me by the hand. I turned around and to my surprise, the great white rabbit was looking in my eyes. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare.
have to be a monster, but it certainly helps.
You straighten out your thighs, then you blink your eyes.
Doing the Frankenstein stomp.
Put your arms straight out, and then you walk about.
Doing the Frankenstein stomp.
Now you come face to face at a monster pace.
Doing the Frankenstein stomp.
Next you start to sway, and then you back away.
Doing the Frankenstein stomp.
With your left foot, clomp, 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 and stomp, stomp, stomp with your right.
Now double check the bolts in your neck to be sure your hands are tight. Innkeeper, 2 more Bloody Marys and step up.
If you try to rock, then you'll get a shock.
Doing the Frankenstein stomp.
'Cause you just can't run with feet that weigh a ton.
Doing the Frankenstein stomp.
As you turn around, really stomp the ground.
Doing the Frankenstein stomp.
Then you start to twist, but only with your wrist.
Doing the Frankenstein stomp. Doing the Frankenstein stomp.
Just 1 moment of pain, my dear, and then eternal life.
Dip-tap, shoo-doo-wop. Dip-tap, shoo-doo-wop. Dip-tap, shoo-doo-wop.
This is a strange world that we live in. This is a strange world that we live in. Everything is crazy, going around and around and around and around, won't stop. This world is spinning, nobody knows just where it'll stop. This world is spinning, nobody knows just where it'll stop. Everything is crazy, going around and around and around and around, won't stop. Round and around, go it, round and around, I'm going round and around, this is round and around, go it round, go it round and around. Oh well, she's leaving this world up to me to figure out. Oh well, she's leaving this world up to me to figure out. Everything is crazy, going around and around and around and around, won't stop. Round and around, go it, around and around, go it, round and around, I'm going round and around, go it round, go it round and around.
Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat for Halloween. Better give a treat that's good to eat if you want to keep life serene. Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat the whole night through. Little scalawags with fiendish gags can make it tough on you. So when ghosts and goblins by the score ring the bell on your front door, better not be stingy or your nightmares will come true. Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat for Halloween. When the pumpkin shells cast evil spells, your little white house turns green. Your little white house turns green. Your little white house turns. Every post is a ghost if you got a witch's brew. And if you want your gate to circulate, ho ho!
We can do that too.
Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat for Halloween. When ghosts and goblins by the score ring the bell on your front door, you better not be stingy or your nightmares will come true. So when ghosts and goblins by the score ring your bell or pound your door, better not be stingy or your nightmares will come true.
When the doors all squeak and the windows creak and the ceilings leak and the roof's antique and you hear a shriek and your legs feel weak, it's a haunted house. It's a dismal moan like a weird trombone, and the old ham bone is suddenly thrown. You are all alone with the great unknown in the haunted house. There's only one good spirit, it's the spirit in the bottle. With shaking hands you pull the cork and pour some down your throttle. The clank of chains and the smell of drains and the gory stain where the duke was slain. If you've got chilblains and varicose veins in the haunted house. From the old oak beam hangs a corpse you seem to feel a wet stream with a sinister gleam, and you wake with a scream from a horrible dream of the haunted house. A cavalier with a dreadful leer tries to disappear through the chiffonier, and you cling with fear to the chandelier. It's the haunted house. The air is full of clammy claws that clutch you by the collar, so gargle night and morning just in case you have to holler. There are lights and frights and awful frights in fresh pink tights, but at dead of night comes a woman in white, so you're quite all right in the haunted house. When the old church clock strikes 12, there's a knock with a sudden shock. You remember the lock on the door, there's a crock, oh why do you mock at the haunted house? It's as black as pitch and your eyeballs twitch in the darkest niche. It's a dirty witch and the lighting switch is out of reach in the haunted house. When the slave is filled with gravy, why is she so pallid? Something poked her in the pantry when she fed the salad.
I feel with dread, yes, I'm nearly dead. I saw her head underneath my bed. Come out if you can, I can do with a man
in the haunted house.
High up on a windy hill stands an old log cabin still. That's the place where I used to dwell. Now just about a year ago, when the ground was thick with snow, something happened, listen while I tell. I met the ghost of old man, I met the ghost of old man, I met the ghost of old man Mose. I met him once, I met him twice, I've never been so scared in my life. Oh, that ghost of old man Mose. He's a hauntin', he's all the things that I don't wanna know. He's the meanest ghost in town, when he laughs the walls come down, that ghost of old man Mose. All was quiet, the house was still, suddenly the room was chill. A muffled knock-knock sounded in my ear. No one there, well what do you know, just some footprints in the snow. Brother, I was petrified with fear, 'cause I met the ghost of old man, I met the ghost of old man, I met the ghost of old man Mose. I fell right down, too scared to stand, someone touched me on the hand. Oh, that ghost of old man Mose. He's a hauntin', he's all the things that I don't wanna know. That guy's got the coldest touch, enough's enough, but that's too much, that ghost of old man Mose. Chairs and tables floated round, couldn't move, was muscle-bound, felt like Daniel in the lion's den. Suddenly, an awful clang through the old log cabin rang. Mo had kicked the bucket once again. I met the ghost of old man, I met the ghost of old man, I met the ghost of old man Mo. I heard a noise like rifle fire, then my teeth began to tire. Oh, that ghost of old man Mo. He's a hauntin', he's all things that I don't wanna know. Ghostly cackles in my ear, man, I must get out of here from that ghost of old man Mo. Gradually before my eyes a ghostly form materialized, the figure of an old man with a frown. He gave one of his eerie cackles, boy, that freed me of my shackles. I was up and on my way to town, 'cause I'd met the ghost of old man, I'd met the ghost of old man, I'd met the ghost of old man Mo. Chills were running down my back as I made for the railroad track from that ghost of old man Mo. He's a haunting, he's all things that I don't want to know. If you're looking for a cabin, mine's there just for the having with the ghost of old man Mo. Don't look now, but who's that standing behind you? The ghost of old man Mo.
Spooky shadows and a grin, goblins dancing in the rain, trick-or-treaters spin. Feel the magic in the air, a night beyond compare. It's Halloween, such a scene. It's Halloween, join the spooky ring. Ghostly whispers all around,
Candy's in a heap,
ebony monsters making haunted sounds. Watch the shadows creep, costumes shining in the night, a ghoulish delight. It's Halloween,
Chris Bottom leaves,
such a scene. It's Halloween,
laughter and scream.
join the spooky dream.
Swing through the sky,
Blue sky,
witches riding high,
hiding high,
underneath the moon.
the moon.
Spirits start their tune.
It's Halloween, such a scene. It's Halloween, join the spooky dream.
Bomb doody doody, doody 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 doo. Bomb doody doody, doody 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 doo. Bomb doody doody, doody 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 doo. Ooh, baby, you got a hex on me. It must be voodoo.
There ain't no witchcraft, 'cause I'm understand. Ain't go nowhere. Might have known it that you had done it. Got to get the head off me. What for did you do it? I think I know, 'cause you didn't love me. You didn't like it somehow. Might have known it that you had done it. Got to get the taste off me. Well, it seems like you wanna see me dead. Sprinkle evil dust all around my head. You put bad luck all in my shoes, and I can't leave that a voodoo pill. Get this head off me. Well, if you leave me, baby, I won't be the same. But just change your mind and I'll be a man. If you do, I'll be true. Got to get this head off me. Got a hex on me. Yeah, got a
make a fool of you. Haven't I told you many times? You look just like a Frankenstein. Yeah, you. Yeah, yeah, you. 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 Who up and told you you was cute? Why let them make a fool of you? But I told you many times, you look just like a Frankenstein. Yeah, you, yeah, yeah, you, yeah, you, yeah, yeah, you, yeah, you, yeah, yeah,
Frankenstein monster. Don't be alarmed. He won't hurt you. He'll just put his arms around your throat and choke the devil and do like Sally. And then go for Lover Patterson.
Ding it on ding and dipper dang a ding it on ding and dipper dang a ding it on ding and dipper dang a ding it on ding and dipper.
You can twist on a line till the quarter to nine will go through. You can do it again till the quarter to 10 will go more. But at the stroke of midnight when the clock strikes 12, you better come a-running my way, yeah. At the stroke of midnight when the clock strikes 12, you better run over and say, midnight when the clock strikes 12, you better do that or else I'm gonna send you home in a pumpkin shell. In a pumpkin shell. You can dance with them all, be the queen of them all, so fair. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can flirt with the guys, with all those common guys who care. No, no, no. But at the stroke of midnight when the clock strikes 12, you better come a-running my way, yeah. At the stroke of midnight when the clock strikes 12, you better come over and say, shining star, please take me to your royal car. I am your slave, little ugly me. I live to love your majesty. At the stroke of midnight when the clock strikes 12, you better do that or else I'm gonna send you home in a pumpkin shell. In a pumpkin shell. Twist on the line till the quarter to 9 will go through. Or you can do it again till the quarter to 10 will go
Midnight, one more night without sleeping. Watching till the morning comes creeping. Green door, what's that secret you're keeping?
green door. Don't know what they're doing, but they laugh a lot behind the green door. Wish they'd let me in so I could find out what's behind the green door. Not once tried to tell them I've been there. Yeah, no slang, hospitality's been there. Wonder just what's going on in there. So now more people through a smoky cloud behind the green door. When I said Joe said to someone laughed out loud behind the green door. All I wanna do is join the happy crowd behind the green door. Not once tried to tell them I've been there. No slang, hospitality's been there. Wonder just what's going on in there. So an eyeball peeping through a smoky cloud behind the green door. When I said Joe said to someone laughed out loud behind the green door. All I wanna do is join the happy crowd behind the green door. It's midnight, one more night without sleeping, watching till the morning comes creeping. Green door, what's that secret you're keeping? Green door, what's that secret you're keeping? Green door.
Deep down in Transylvania, close to Frankie's grave, there's a swinging cat. The ghouls all crave. For miles around, the vampires wanna go see. The ghoul called Bella Lugosi. I said, Bella, 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 be cool. When he gets on a guitar, now he really will. For he doesn't need a fix with those long fingernails. He bucks all night till the moon goes down. Then he jumps in his hearse and he makes it out of town. Bella, 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 be good. Yeah! Monster Beach Party was his first movie. For a ghoul in the sand, now he sure looks groovy. Just one movie is all Bella will do, 'cause it looks as if he bit off more than he can chew. Bella, I'm talking about Bella, be good. Go, go, Bella, go, go. Go, Bella, go, go. Go, Bella, go, go. Go, Bella, go, go. Bella, be good. Have you heard from good old Bella, be good say, oh, he's doing very well. He's playing with the P.P.Q. 5 out of Eagles pad, you know. I hear it's a real swing gig. Oh, he's not making it. It's a great situation, you know. It's too bad. Deep down in Pennsylvania, close to Frankie's grave, there's a swinging cat. The ghouls all crave. For miles around, the vampires wanna go see. This ghoul called Bella Lugosi. I said, Bella, 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 be good. When he gets on a guitar, now he really will. For he doesn't need a pick with those long fingernails. He fucks all night till the moon goes down. Then he jumps in his hearse and he makes it out of town.
Welcome to the house on Haunted Hill.
haunting melody. I hear it in the air, haunting melody. I hear it everywhere. Where does it come from? Why does it linger on? Oh, this haunting melody. How many times have I tried to sleep, only till I wake and search the deep of my mind to see if I could see what makes this haunting melody. Times have I tried to sleep, only till I wake and search the deep of my mind to see if I could see what makes this haunting melody. Haunting melody, I hear it in the air. Haunting melody, I hear it everywhere. Where does it come from? Why does it linger on? Oh, this haunting melody. Doodly-doo, doodly-doo-doo-doo, doodly-doo, doodly-doo-doo-doo, doodly-doo-doo-doo. Oh, this haunting melody. Doodly-doo, doodly-doo-doo.
About 12 o'clock, I heard some feet and they started to rock. I looked to my left, I looked to my right, and then I seen them in the dead of the night. They were rocking around the tombstone. Well, rocking around the tombstone. Well, I went into that graveyard and I looked around. You'll never guess just what I found. I saw a bonehead staring at me. He said, I need your body 'cause I wanna be there. Rocking round the tombstone. Well, rocking round the tombstone. Well, come a-flying from all around. That's when I hit the ground. I landed on a ghost and he said to me, go away man and let me be. I wanna rock around the tombstone. Well, rock around the tombstone. Well, my legs were frozen and my eyes were glued, so that I couldn't even hardly move. And one cat said, man, I dig this jive. I really wish that I was alive. I'd be there rocking round the tombstone. Well, rocking round the tombstone. Well, rocking round the tombstone all night long. Well, rocking round the tombstone all night long. We're gonna rock.
Don't wanna see you back. I just hope I don't die of fright. I'll look at my watch and close about midnight. Oh.
me smile. He thinks he has me in a trance, but I can break away from his terrible grasp. Jekyll and Hyde and all the friends, they got their heads together again, terrorizing people from right to left. If they don't kill you, they'll kill you to death. They don't want to be caught here after dark. Yeah, I don't want to hear that wolfman bark. I'm gonna ease out of here sort of quick and slow. Goodbye, you devil. I won't be back no more.
When I asked my baby for a date, she said she'd rather stay at home up late. Said my cold, cold kisses give her chills, but the spooky, spooky movies always give her thrills. My baby loves the spooky, spooky movies. My baby loves the spooky, spooky movies. My baby loves the spooky movies. Bow, 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 bow. She said if I look like a King Kong, a big and hairy and a mean and strong, I might have a chance to compete with the thing she calls the creature from the deep. My baby loves the spooky, spooky movies. My baby loves the spooky, spooky movies. My baby loves the spooky movies. Bow, 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 bow. She thinks Dracula is so fine. They say vampire is all time. She tells me I'm just not her kind. I guess the one for her is Frankenstein. My baby loves the spooky, spooky movies. My baby loves the spooky, spooky movies. My baby loves the spooky movies. Bow, 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 spooky movies. Bow, 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 spooky
Jack, Jack, sitting on a crack, cut off the top like an old smokestack, big wide grin carved right in, ready for Halloween. Pumpkin grew on a pumpkin vine, fat and a full and a fielding fine. Along come a farmer and he set him by, saying, you're gonna make fine pumpkin pie. Jack, Jack, sitting on a crack, cut off the top like an old smokestack, big wide grin carved right in, ready for Halloween. Cut off the top, scrape out the meat, best darn pie as you ever did eat. Carve out a grin, put in a light, shine like a haunt in the pale moonlight. Jack, Jack, sitting on a crack, cut off the top like an old smokestack, big wide grin, carved right in, ready for Halloween. Nighttime's past and the morn's aglow, jack-o'-the-lanterns a-flickering low. Lanterns out, smile goes black, hello sunshine, goodbye Jack. Jack, Jack, sitting on a crack, cut off the top like an old smokestack, big wide grin carved right in, ready for Halloween. Again, Jack, Jack, sitting on a crack, cut off the top like an old smokestack, big wide grin carved right in, ready for Halloween.
Tonight is Halloween, tonight is Halloween. So ride you witches through the sky, ride your broomsticks, ride them high. Tonight is Halloween. Tonight is Halloween, tonight is Halloween. So ride you witches through the sky, ride your broomsticks, ride them high. Tonight is Halloween.
smoky night, the moon was glowing. Candy sweet and pumpkin showing. Goblins laughing in their glee, witches cackling round the tree. Ghosts are swinging up on high in the eerie midnight sky. Oh, it's Halloween. Night hike to dance and sing underneath the moonlight glow. Feel the spirit take control. Bats are flying, shadows creeping. Children's laughter can be reading. Zombies tap their dusty feet. Clowns are juggling trick or treat. Vampires dancing in the night. Monsters jumping left and right. Oh, it's Halloween, a night to dance and sing underneath the moonlight glow. Feel the spirit take control. Every ghost and ghoul and hound dressed up in fright, never down. Join the roar, the night is young. Keep the spook, the dance is strong. Oh, it's Halloween, the night to dance and sing underneath the moonlight glow. Feel the spirit take control.
than school days. Sneaking around after midnight chimes, committing all sorts of unspeakable crimes. We do our work without a sound. You hardly can tell that we've been around, except for those empty holes in the ground. Oh, we're just a swell bunch of kids. They're much more fun than school days. If you're building a monster, we'll help you succeed. We'll go out and dig up whatever you need. We've been expelled from a dozen schools. They say body snatching's against the rules. So now we are known as the dropout ghouls, but we're still a swell bunch of kids. All right, swing. Oh, what a crazy saxophone player. He's a swinger. Where did we dig him up? That's a nice tune he's playing there. We'll have to use him at our next grand opening, too. All right, enough of this cursing around there. Everyone back to work. Last one in is a rotten grave robber. Careful, that's a grave accusation you're making there.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Everyone knows he had a great fall. But upon rising, quite by chance, his stumbling and limping created a dance. Little Bo Peep and Boy Blue joined the fun. Mary, quite contrary, left her work undone. Little Miss Muffet left her curds and whey. Little Jackie Horner left his boo-boo corner to play.
All the king's horses, all the king's men, do the Humpty Dumpty over and over again.
When Mother Goose came by for her daily rounds, she found half her children dancing on the playground. I should like to point out that they were having a ball, all were shaking a leg. Everyone's dancing with Humpty the Egg.
The dreamland kingdom sings from dusk till dawn. Even old Mother Hubbard's got her dancing shoes on. Jack may be nimble and Jack may be quick,
but he's getting nowhere with that limbo stick. Go, you egghead. I like it, I like it. Scramble it up, boo-boo. All you eggs, y'all move forward with vigor.
Go, Mother Hubbard.
It's for the birds.